WJE Moms, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a new subscriber, you're welcome. We are so happy to have you here. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I really appreciate you all. Ask Jason's mom. Okay, Jason's mom is not just a channel, it is a community, it is a growing community. And for this community to thrive, I need you all to make it thrive. Okay, when I started Ask Jason's mom, what I had in mind was to assist mothers nurture their babies, assist mothers to raise a healthy baby. But now I just realized that it is more than that. It is not just about raising a healthy baby, it's also helping a mother to be happy and also making a happy home. Because when the mother is happy, the home is happy, the family is happy. So, what Jason is a book guide I wrote for mothers to help them. And I decided that, okay, I should create videos for mothers on my social media platforms to help them, to educate them with my experiences, my knowledge in human physiology and research. So tonight, I don't have any specific topic in mind to talk about. So we'll just go around and discuss one or two so that subsequent live streaming, we are going to have a topic we are going to digest. And I believe the comment section will be open for everybody to add their views, to ask questions and all of that. So Ask Jason's mom is more about mothers being intentional. Hmm? Mothers being intentional. Now, how can a mother be intentional? It means being present. You can be at home but you're not present, and for you to be present you need to be in the right state of mind. You need to be okay mentally and all of that, and that is where self-care comes in. You see, what self-care is very, 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 very important. No matter how simple you want to make it look, it is very, very important because we have the man of the house, we have our husbands as the head of the family, but somehow we are the pillars, but somehow we are the one in charge of the house. We are the ones in control of the house. So if you're not okay mentally, if you're not mentally stable and all of that, your home cannot thrive. So self-care is very, very important. While you're trying to make everybody happy, you're trying to make everybody okay, you make sure that you are okay as well. Hmm? Make sure you eat well, you relax when you're tired, you relax. If you need help, you ask for help. Most times we tend to feel strong, you feel energetic and everything, but you need to check yourself to be sure that you are really okay, because if you're not, it will affect everything you're doing. So being an intentional mom requires you to be present for your family, to be present for your children. Okay, so how you can be present is by taking good care of yourself. It is not easy, to be honest. Being a mother, it's not easy. That's why I said this is motherhood unfiltered. I'm going to say it as it is. There is no sweet coating it or fine tuning it. Motherhood is a sweet, bitter experience. Some days you wake up happy, some days you wake up, you're feeling down and everything, but you keep moving, you keep showing up. There is one funny thing about mothers. You can hardly tell when they are sick. I watched a video on Instagram where they said fathers, when they are feeling sick, you see the man lying down on the couch, as in he's not going to move. He will show that, I'm really down, I'm really sick, taking medications. But when mothers are sick, they keep moving on, keep doing whatever they are doing. They will even try as much as possible to hide how serious it is. But this is me telling you that as a mother, you need to pay attention to your health, pay attention to yourself. Whatever symptoms you're having, whatever thing you're having, you just need to see a specialist in that field. Okay, don't dismiss any slight pain and all of that, especially if you've started giving birth. If you started giving birth, that's the right time to pay attention to yourself. For example, during breastfeeding, after you give birth and you're breastfeeding your baby, you need to pay attention to what you are eating, your diet, because whatever you eat, that's what goes into your baby's system through the breast milk. So you need to be careful with what you ingest during postpartum and when you're breastfeeding your baby. Okay, I think I'm going to go into um, breastfeeding, the things I used to tell mothers about breastfeeding, because mothers used to ask me a lot of questions, especially mothers that got my book, my WJE moms. They used to ask about how to increase their breast milk supply. Okay, so I'm just going to put it in here so that I don't forget. Now, one thing about breastfeeding is the more your baby breastfeed, the more your baby sucks, the more the breast milk will flow out. Okay, breastfeeding is a positive feedback mechanism. So if your baby sucks less, it tends to reduce the milk flow. So the more your baby sucks, the more the milk will come out. If it's the first time you're breastfeeding a baby, the breast milk will be coming out slowly. But as time goes on, the milk supply will increase. Now, you need to eat well, take a lot of water, take fluids to help you increase the milk supply. If you're breastfeeding your baby, you make sure you position your baby the right way, because if your baby is not latching on very well, you can have sore, you can have issues with your nipples. Okay, mothers used to suffer from nipple sore if they don't breastfeed their baby the right way. Breastfeeding your baby the right way means you need to position your baby correctly. You put your baby on your elbow, your baby's head should be resting on your elbow, and you need support. You need to put a lot of pillows around you, even beneath your baby. You know, babies, when you give birth to them, they are very little, so you want to lift them up to support your arm that is carrying your baby. Okay, then you go ahead and put your baby's you put your breast in your baby's mouth. You need to make sure that your baby's tummy is in contact with your tummy. That's how you know you're doing it rightly. Your baby's tummy will be in contact with yours, and then you don't just put your nipple in your baby's mouth. The whole areola needs to go in, which is the whole dark area needs to go in into your baby's mouth. And the way you know that your baby is sucking the right way, you will hear that gulping sound. You see it going down their throat. But when you can hear the sound, they are not latching very well. Okay, so you need to position your baby the right way. So, breastfeeding, if you're not getting enough milk supply, it means that you need to increase the frequency of the breastfeeding, the number of times you're breastfeeding your baby, and the more your baby suck. You cannot compare your baby sucking directly and using a breast pump. So, it's advisable for your baby to latch directly from your breast. Also, you need to take lactation cookies. If you're not having enough breast milk flow, you can take lactation cookies. You can get it in supermarkets. You just look for a nice brand and get the lactation cookies. You can just take it as snack. You can snack on it. It works a lot. And then you can take oat porridge in the morning when you wake up. You make oat porridge, put milk, and you take it. You can take tea. You can take pap. You can take fruit juice. Okay, it's going to help increase your milk flow. And then you need to be eating very well. You need to be eating very well. I know as mothers we like to watch our weight, watch what we eat, but trust me, the whole stress of breastfeeding, and if you breastfeed your baby rightly, you're going to lose that pregnancy fat. Now let me continue. So being an intentional mom also means making nutritious meals for your baby. You know, after breastfeeding your baby will switch to solids. So being an intentional mom doesn't mean making food that will just be convenient, okay, for you. You have to be intentional about the food you are making. You have to make sure they are healthy. The ingredients you're using for your baby to make your baby's food is very, very nutritious. Okay, you need to pay attention to what your baby eats, from the hygiene, from the components. the nutrient value of the food, the quantity. You need to pay attention to all of that. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about some nutritious foods that you can include in your baby's food, especially when they are 6 months of age. Avocado, egg yolk, bananas, oats, um, name it, plain yogurt, apples, and all of that. And if your baby is 6 months old, you can introduce solids to your baby in pureed form. Okay? If you're with me, please just give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're present and you're with me since the comment section is disabled. I think I'm having a network. Let me see. Okay, let me try and rectify that. Okay, I think I've sorted that out. So, if you want to make purees for your baby, you need to make sure you blend it. The materials you're using are neat. You get hygienic fruits to make puree for your babies. So, make sure you pay attention to the type of food you're making for your babies. Now, that leads me to problems a lot of mothers used to have with feeding their babies. I get a lot of questions, a lot of comments on, okay, I did this, I did that, and my baby is not eating. Mm. My dear, it can really be stressful. Trust me, it can be stressful to when you just pour your soul, your mind to make a healthy and nutritious meal for your baby, and at the end of the day, your baby refused the meal or they end up throwing the food. It's really a sad one. Sometimes I just encourage mothers that they should continue. One thing about introducing solids to your baby is that you need to be consistent no matter what. It doesn't just happen at once. You need to know that they are transitioning from breast milk. They're already used to sweet breast milk and it digests easily. They don't need to stress themselves to pop it down and all that. It just comes in naturally. But if you are giving them puree, they will be like, I don't know this one. They'll just give me breast milk that I'm used to. So that's why I encourage mothers to start introducing foods, different foods to their babies. Okay. Once your baby is 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, as long as you're still breastfeeding your baby. Some people do exclusive breastfeeding. For people that don't do exclusive breastfeeding, while you are eating, you can just dip your finger in the soup you are taking and just drop it in your baby's mouth so that they will have a taste of what other meals taste like. Because to them they just know, it's only breast milk, or it's only breast milk that they enjoy and all that. But if you introduce different flavors to their taste bud, it's going to help when they want to transition to solids. So when you want to transition to solids, make sure your baby is ready, and then you need to be consistent no matter what. And sometimes the reason why babies reject food, it can be teething problem. By the time they are transitioning from breast milk to puree or solids, the problem they have is teething. Their gums are sore, so they don't want anything that is going to irritate them. You can imagine if you have toothache or anything like that, you will not like to eat. You just want to drink and rest. So babies teething at that period makes it difficult for them to transition into solids. So if your baby is teething, you just need to be patient with your baby. Feed them little meals. You can give them portions from time to time. Don't rush them. Don't go and build mountain. Maybe that is 6 months or 9 months. You go and carry one full bowl of food that you yourself cannot finish, and you'll be forcing this baby to eat. So you just give them little portions. It's even better they eat up to 6 times that day. You are including breast milk, you're giving them pap, you're giving them purees, but little portion. The thing is, for transitioning to solids, it is quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. in the sense that they can take little, but that little that they will take, your mind will be making you relax. You'll be like, ah, I've given this baby obonge, you understand, original. You've given your baby, you know that okay, there is protein inside, there is carbohydrates, there is vitamins, fat and oil. The meal is balanced. So one good thing about purees is that it helps your baby eat more. It helps your baby to eat more. If you give your baby potato, probably in mashed form, your baby might take it, but he will get tired easily. So the advantage of puree is that it's going to help you include a lot of varieties in the food, and your baby gets to eat a lot, okay, because it's in pureed form. Even if your baby takes up to 10 spoons, you are sure that he has taken something. Then after a while, you give your baby another food. So it is quality over quantity. And then mothers, you just need to endure when you make that special puree, or you make that pap, you add the formula, baby formula to it, and you feed your baby and they reject it. You just need to calm down. Then there are some people that I need to go and call AFCC for. You see mothers that used to force feed their babies. Please, this is the 21st century. It has to stop. It was those days that they did it to some people back then, because I don't know if my mom did it to me, but it was then. But I noticed that people are still doing it now. Please, it's not nice because it can suffocate your baby. For people that don't know what force feeding is mothers bringing something like pap. They'll put their baby's head on their tummy. The babies will be facing front like them, just beneath them. Then they will put their hand under the baby's jaw. Then they'll pour pap and start closing the baby's mouth. So while the baby is struggling to breathe, the baby will open his or her mouth to breathe, and then the food will go in. So there is a thin line between your baby's throat and your baby's esophagus and your baby's throat, where your baby is breathing from, your baby's trachea. So the food you are forcing your baby to eat can mistakenly enter your baby's trachea, and you would not want that. It can cause suffocation, it can cause breathing problem. Please, I'm begging you, WJE moms, I'm begging you, don't force feed your baby. Just be patient with them. Instead, look for um playful methods of of giving your baby that food. Okay, you can try use spoon. You make your baby feel like it's an aeroplane coming. See, or something they like. Okay, see, take this food, though. Take this food so that we're going to go and see grandpa. We'll go and see grandpa. Take this food. Your baby wants to take it. Okay, take this food if you want to watch Coco Melon. Take this food. You just look for different means. And if your baby is still tender, your baby doesn't understand that, you just need to. Sometimes there was a time I used to stand to feed my baby with the weights. It was not funny. I'll have to carry him, move around. He just wants me to stand while feeding him. You know, children, they can just request for unnecessary things. I don't just know. I noticed that we have two other people joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, the YouTube channel, disable the comment section. I promise it's going to be fixed in our next live. So just manage the live for now. Let's just make it happen. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Then the misconception about chubby babies. There is a misconception about chubby babies. Everybody wants a chubby baby, and people confuse the aspect of having a healthy baby and a chubby baby. But there's one thing I always tell mothers, even in the book I wrote, I told them that there is a thin line between a chubby baby and an obese baby. There is an average weight for babies. There is an average weight for babies that will guide you. It's not that your baby will be 6 months old and you expect your baby to be weighing 10 kg. It does not happen, please. They have um, weights, average weights for different age brackets. So you need to pay attention. That's why I mentioned earlier that you need to be an intentional mother. You need to pay attention to these things. When you notice that your baby is gaining much weight, you tend to reduce the quantity of food you're giving to your baby. I did that with my first son. I noticed that his weight increased significantly. I was like, okay, guy, you need to calm down, okay? We're going to cut down your portions. And I did that. After 2 weeks, I noticed, okay, I checked his weight, it's reduced. So Don't go and start looking for chubby baby. I dare you will say 10 kg, 15 kg. Please, it's not something to brag about. Hmm? Having a healthy baby means your baby doesn't have any underlying health condition, doesn't have any disease. Your baby is healthy. Your baby is developing the right way. They are doing things the right time, when they are supposed to do it, and how to do it. Okay, that's why you can notice that, oh, your baby is so age and he has not started talking, and then you know that, okay, you need to see a speech therapist. But not when your baby is a year, 2 years, and maybe your baby is probably saying some words, and you feel like, ah, this baby should be saying things like, if this baby should be able to even read books and everything. Please, we should not rush these babies. Hmm? They all grow at their own pace. My own child will be different from your own child. Just like we have different genes, all hands are not equal. So my baby can walk at 9 months, but your baby will wait up to a year and 2 months before your baby walk. Or my baby might walk when a year and 6 months. You get. But when you start having issues, or when you start being concerned, is when this baby is not standing, not showing any signs of moving at all. That's when you need to see your baby's pediatrician. Okay, there are some abnormal things you will notice. You say, okay, let me see my baby's pediatrician. Not, you just be putting fire on your baby's bum bum. You need to walk, you need to talk, you need to bring out it. Please, babies grow at their own pace. Okay, don't compare your baby with your child's baby. And you know, today in this world we have a lot of opinions. We have a lot of opinions from mothers. You get mothers coming telling you that this is what you should do. What happened to your baby? What happened? It's normal. But somehow I don't like airing my opinion unless I am being asked. Okay, unless I'm being asked. That's why the title of my channel is Ask Jason's Mom. So when you're getting opinion from others, just be careful and double check, so that you don't just take advice and then at the end of the day you suffer for it. So make sure you follow your child. Don't rush your baby. Children will grow at their own pace. And like I mentioned, there is average weight for different babies. For newborn, the average weight is 3 kg, but you can still have a baby of 2.3 kg, 2.5 kg, 2.8. Okay, and in the first 3 to 6 months of delivery, or post delivery, your baby tend to add double of their weight. Okay, so that tells you that at 3 months, 6 months, 6 months, your baby should be weighing around 8 to 9 kg. Okay, so these are the things you just know. You need to know if your baby is developing the right way, if your baby is within the average weight. These are the things that will help you. So don't see your baby and say, you must be chubby this night, or you must be chubby by the end of this week. Please, we all have different genes. You see some people, they'll give birth to their baby is very little. You see they give birth to their baby is big already. Hmm? So I want you to understand that we have different genes. Some baby have this little body size. The main thing is that your baby is healthy, your baby is eating well, your baby is developing well, everything is fine. That's what a healthy baby means. Hmm? And for a baby to have a very healthy journey, growth journey, you need to pay attention to the food you give to your baby, hygiene, and all of that. Okay? So, one thing I want to tell mothers is, don't be overwhelmed. I know it's not easy. The journey of motherhood, it's not easy. It can really be tiring, honestly speaking. But I, the good thing is, you're going to see the results. Okay, as soon as you start putting in this effort, it might not just happen overnight, but trust me, you're going to see the results and you'll benefit from it. Let's see a scenario where I'm raising my child to be a happy child. I'm raising my child to be independent. I'm raising my child to do things the right way. I'm also contributing to the society. And if I'm doing that, you are doing the same thing. You see that tomorrow we'll have a generation filled with intentional kids coming from a functional home and not a dysfunctional home. So it's going to take a lot, it's going to take strength, it's going to take patience, but you just need to keep striving. I like encouraging mothers. I like encouraging mothers because it is not easy. It is not easy. But if we don't take care of them, who will? Hmm? So it lies on you. You have the strength. You have everything it takes to run your home, to be a great home, to be a happy home. Hmm? And then if you have a supportive partner, you're good to go. You're good to go. So just take the journey of motherhood as a calling, just the same way people have a calling to serve God. This is our own way of serving God. We are bringing these kids into this world to nurture them, to groom them. Okay, so the journey of motherhood, we just need God's grace to pull through. It is not easy, trust me. So I'm going to continue. I've talked about the misconception about having a chubby baby and a healthy baby. Please know when you are grooming your baby to be an obese baby. Please, it's not a good one. And it's normal for children to shed weight once they are 1 year old, a year and 6 months old. It's normal. They will use this to add height and also change in the meals they are taking and their portions. We need to pay attention to our babies and portioning, their meal portioning. You need to know the quantity of food you're giving to your baby, and you need to learn when your baby is full. Please don't force it. It's not because of okay you've mixed this pap, they must finish it, my dear. If you follow like that, you stress the digestive system of these kids. Their digestive system is not well developed. So once you notice, as a mother, there is no formula to grooming your baby. Oh. You just do what works for you. Maybe me, my baby is full, my baby starts crying. For some people, if their babies are full, they will start sleeping. So you need to understand your baby and work with what works for you. Not if Mama A says, if my baby is full, my baby will raise his hand up, and you're waiting for your baby to raise his hand up. Be like, this baby is not full. Oh. You continue giving the baby the food. So you need to understand your baby, and then even in as much as it's your own baby, your next baby will be entirely different. Okay, there might be some similarities, but not the same. It's not the same way your first child will behave that your second child will behave. Your first child might breastfeed very well, might sleep very well, but the other one it might be different. Okay, it might be different. So your two children can be different, and people's kids are different. So you need to understand each baby. That leads me to favoritism. Favoritism. Mothers, we need to be careful so that we don't get too attached to just one person or paying attention to one person. It happens naturally. You just find yourself being attached to a particular child of yours. You need to know when you are drifting. You need to make everything equal when it comes to showing affection to your children. Okay, and then sometimes you can be firm, you can be soft, and at the same time be firm when you are handling your kids. It really helps because you don't want to go out with your child and then you're talking to your child, come back here, don't do that. The child will just snub you or just do one or two. So whatever training or grooming you're giving to your baby inside the house, when you go outside, that's when you see the results. It's not even inside the house that you notice. It's when you go outside and you feel embarrassed. So we should pay attention to how we groom our children. Make sure we're not paying attention to just one person and we are not doing favoritism. It is very, very important because it makes these kids they grow up with hatred for one another. They will even go ahead and say, this person is mommy's why the reason why mommy will do this is because this is mommy's best child and everything in the family. You wouldn't want that. And I like to tell mothers that um childbirth is not the primary reason for marriage. It is the secondary reason. Marriage is for companionship, okay? It's for you and your partner, first of all, and not for your children because somehow we get attached to our kids that we forget our husbands. We forget what we're supposed to do, the obligations we owe to our husbands. And that's the same reason why I'm also speaking to men to be supportive, because for everything to work, for you to have a functional home, it takes both partners. It takes both partners. So you as a mother, while you're doing your best, nurturing your home, make sure you don't deprive one side. You don't deprive your husband or you don't deprive your kids. Man, it's not easy. Oh. It's not easy. It's easier said than done. As I'm saying this, I'm also advising myself. It's not easy, but we need to push through. Just do it, because at the end of the day, you'll be the person that will enjoy these benefits. At old age, you will see what you've been able to achieve, a happy home, and all of that. You want your children to go out there feeling loved. If you see a child that is loved at home, you know, because they tend to care, they tend to show love to others. And it's weird when they see people behave abnormal, behave the other way around. So it's not easy, but we can do it. We can do it. A lot of women are doing it. We can do it. We just need to tell ourselves. We just need to tell ourselves. Now, there is something I usually tell mothers. You see honey, a lot of women give honey to their babies from 6 months. Maybe when they start introducing pap to their babies, they will give their babies honey inside the pap. Please, honey is not good for your baby. Any baby that is less than a year old, honey, it's not advisable. It causes infant botulism. Okay, their digestive system is not well, it's not fully developed. So giving them honey will disturb their digestive system, and at the end of the day, it is going to cause some health issues for them, constipation. You see that they will be sucking very weak and all of that. So you need to pay attention to what you're giving to your baby. Honey should come after 1 year. Also, sugary and salty food, excuse me, sugary and salty food, you want to pay attention to that. If you are the type of people that like tasty meals, and when your baby is up to 9 months, your baby starts eating your food, you need to reduce the quantity of salt in your meals and all of that. That's for people that use salt in most of their meals, in their soups and all of that. So you need to pay attention. Okay, all these little things. I read an article today about a lady with kidney dysfunction. She had kidney stones, and while they are checking to see how fast the thing is degenerating, to see if they can just do mild treatment or severe treatment for the person, they noticed that within few weeks this kidney has degenerated. So they wanted to know the reason, because it's abnormal, it's not usual. They checked it and they found out that it's an oxidative stress from supplements the woman was taking. So they need to do kidney transplants. Normally, kidney stones is something that they can tell you, okay, increase your fluid intake, increase your water intake, and all of that. But if it's severe, they will need to do a kidney transplant. She's lucky that she has a sister. So the reason is because she was taking too much vitamin C. You know, these days, mothers of this generation, we are work, skincare, skin routine. I was doing skin routine, but I've not been consistent. It is easier said than done. I have my products, but mm, you just get these products. You cannot, you can't be consistent. So probably you say, let me put alarm 8 p.m., 9 p.m. so that I can do my facial routine and all that. Maybe by that time your baby will just bake food for you, and you have to go and clean the baby up. So it's not usually easy for mothers, all this skincare and then taking supplements. So that of supplements, even whatever you use on your skin, your face, you just need to be careful, because as you are putting it on your skin has pores. Okay, your skin has pores, and they tend to take these things into the skin, down to your bloodstream. Your bloodstream will transport it to your kidney will take out the waste. So whenever you're stressing your kidney and bringing in some ways that are unnecessary that you can even avoid, you are stressing this kidney to work on it. And somehow, if you are not eating healthy, imagine you're not eating healthy and then you're applying some something that will bring wastes that are harmful to your kidney. You are not helping the kidney now. So we need to pay attention. If you want to take supplements, make sure that your doctor advised it, even the quantity. It's not just you start gulping it, vitamin C, boom, this one, boom, and everything moderation, and it's you need your doctor's approval. You need your doctor's approval, and then don't take supplements and feel like I'm taking supplements. It's going to make up for the nutrients and whatever I'm missing or whatever I'm not taking. Please, it's not it's not advisable. Eat healthy, eat good meals. Okay, so I diverted from the story. It might not just happen at once. It's little by little. It's going to build up, and sometimes our babies don't talk. So how will you know that they are uncomfortable or it's not good for them? Mm? So whenever you see something, verify and then try. As long as it's something that concerns your baby's health, please pay attention to it and don't just take advices randomly from nowhere. You just go ahead and start giving whatever you want to give to your baby. Please, please, mothers, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Please, you can do better. So, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Mm, a lot of ideas. But I have a lot of things to say. For mm, okay, probably I'll just talk about my book, What Jason Eats. Yeah, it's on sales on Seller. We have the soft copy, we have the hard copy. I talked about my journey of breastfeeding. Talked about the two types of breastfeeding, exclusive and non-exclusive breastfeeding. So now, exclusive breastfeeding means you're giving your baby only breast milk, no water, nothing, just breast milk. And for some mothers, they opt for non-exclusive breastfeeding, okay, because work work will not allow them breastfeed their babies 247, so they tend to include baby formula. But if you're introducing baby formula, you need to be giving your baby water. The reason why exclusive breastfeeding is just breast milk is because breast milk contains a lot of water. About 60% of breast milk is water. Okay, so it contains the nutrients, enzymes that your baby needs. That's why World Health Organization advise mothers to breastfeed their babies, because there are some enzymes in your body that your baby needs, some enzymes that will help your baby fight um, bacteria, fight infections that you will not get in formula. So you can't compare formula and breast milk. It's just that challenge that exclusive breastfed babies usually have is that when they want to switch to solid, it's usually difficult. It's usually difficult. You will see a baby that is very, very chubby from exclusive breastfeeding. When they are trying to introduce solids to them, they hardly take it, and their mothers cannot meet up with the breastfeeding and everything they need to give to their baby. So they end up not getting enough nutrients that they need to get at that stage. And as children are developing, as your babies are developing, they need more of these nutrients. Their teeth, their bones, everything is growing, their hair, everything, their skin, everything is taking nutrients. So when you're trying to switch from exclusive breastfeeding, you just make sure that you are ready. You're ready to follow up with your baby, you're ready to be patient. But for babies that are not exclusive breastfed, from formula, their mothers can easily include other things like pap, include oats, and all of that. So if you want to breastfeed your baby exclusively, it is very, very good. It is very, very recommended. But you just need to make sure, no, don't go and do if they say what is worth doing is worth doing well. You want to breastfeed your baby and then you are not eating well. You want to breastfeed your baby and they will call you, okay, come and breastfeed your baby. You are feeling tired, your breast is paining you, your nipple is sore and all that. You don't want to do that. Please, you should be ready. And talking about nipple sore, I talked about this nipple cream. Talked about this nipple cream I used because I experienced it, and it was not funny. The advice they will give you then is, please go ahead though, but keep breastfeeding the baby, keep breastfeeding the baby. I'm in pain and you're telling me keep breastfeeding the baby. The pain, the pain is out of this world though. It's just like the labor pains coming back. But when I started using this cream, it really helped me. I'm not advertising for them, but it's just for mothers that may need it. It's very, very important. Within 3 days, within 3 days, the nipple crack got healed. So to avoid this, to avoid it is better. Prevention is better than cure. To avoid it, you just need to breastfeed your baby very well. I said it in the beginning of this video, and I have a video in my channel where I talked about breastfeeding, the right way to breastfeed your baby, the do's and don'ts, what you need to avoid. So you want to avoid this nipple sore. To be honest, you want to avoid it because when these babies will be sucking, you'll be like, do they have any hidden teeth? You open their mouth, it's just gums. So for that gums, they are so strong. The gums are strong. And then you need to pay attention to your baby's poo. Hmm? The color of your baby's poo. You need to know when they are constipated and all of that. When you introduce solids to your baby, babies that are exclusively breastfed, when you introduce water to them, they don't really take water when the time for introducing solid comes. So when you give them solid, you need to increase their water intake so that it's going to help them digest the food and their poo is going to be soft. You don't want to stress their anus. Okay? So make sure you pay attention to the water they are taking. You can even set an alarm. See, mothers, you need an alarm in your life because when you are walking up your head about what to cook, you see that topic. I don't want to go there. What to cook. I actually have a timetable that helps me. A timetable that helps me that I can easily adjust and everything. It helps. You can just calm down one day, bring out time and make a timetable. And then when it comes to making meals for a family, you cannot just do one size fits all. You need to do what works for different age group. Okay, for yourself and your husband, you know the important diets, the important nutrients you need. You pay attention to it, but it doesn't mean you can't have a meal as a family. When these kids are grown to 3 years, 4 years, when they've passed the toddler stage, you people can have the meals as you want to have as a family. But when they're developmental stage, you need to pay attention to whatever they are taking. And then I used to tell mothers that you don't give babies food like adults, morning, afternoon, night. Babies can eat up to 5 times a day, to be honest. So in the morning, you give your baby food, portioning, quality, pay attention to quality, the right portion. Let's say your baby is awake 7 a.m., 8 a.m. I'm talking about babies you have introduced solids to because the ones that are breastfeeding, they know when they want to breastfeed. And I'll come back to that. If I forget, I would have asked you guys to remind me, but I hope I don't forget. Then between 7, 8 a.m. after they've had their breakfast, they need to snack in between. Okay? You can look for healthy snack to give to your baby. You can even do scrambled eggs and give to your baby. Then by 1 p.m., 2 p.m., they are having their lunch. After lunchtime, 5 p.m., you can give them cereals. That one should be their evening food. Then at night, if your babies are late sleepers, 9, 10, but the baby sleep on time, you can do 8 p.m. and everything. So these are portions. You don't stress the baby to take large meals at a time. Okay, and it will help their body to digest it very well and at a good pace. But when you just push everything in, it's going to be very, very difficult. Now, one food I advise mother to include in their toddler's meal, you see moi moi. Sometimes some babies will be rejecting beans. I have some mothers tell me that they make beans, their baby don't like it and everything and all that. Number one, you need to make sure that the beans is well cooked. You make the beans to be porridge. You know how this Yoruba people used to call it ewa going, how the beans will look mashed and everything. They don't want to stress their gums, okay? They don't want to stress their teeth and their teeth are not fully developed. So you don't want to give them something they will get tired of chewing and all. So I advise if you want to give your baby beans, you can change it to moi moi. Your baby is going to eat it very well. And then you have egg yolk inside. You have crayfish inside. you have oil inside. So you see that it's a balanced diet. You give it to your baby eats it and drink water, your baby will feel very full. So one thing that mothers used to do is they used to give babies, you see, biscuits, cheese balls, juice, and all of that. I know it's for your convenience. I know sometimes you are confused on what to cook and the time and all of that. Please, if you want that healthy baby you're looking for, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes strength, it takes endurance. So you want to avoid all these sugary things, and don't count biscuits as a square meal for your baby. Please don't count biscuits as a square meal for your baby. You can give it to your baby when your baby is a year plus, or when your baby is starting um, play group. Okay, I didn't give my baby biscuits and juice until he was I think when he started school, a year and 6 months. He did not know what stick sweet is, this lollipop and everything. They are not really advisable. When you know babies that are used to it, is when they just see lollipop, they start dancing because you are they are enjoying it and everything. If you give them food, they will not have any um listing for it. They will not have anything for it. Okay, so I don't know how we are going to progress since the comment section is not functional. I would have loved to take your questions. Okay, I would have loved to take your questions. So if there is any question, you can let me know. You can actually actually send me a message, send me a DM. Okay, let me see. Trying to see if I can just leave your message. I can reply to your questions on the comment section, and the comment section is not working, so I don't think that's possible. It's not possible. So I promise in our next live, I'll make sure everything is intact. And let me see. I think the comment section has been rectified. I'm trying to see if I can see your messages. Let me log into my phone and take questions. So I think I'm going to make a routine of how I'll be going live, and I'll make sure I'll reach out to mothers. We're going to pick a topic we'll be talking about for that day. We'll make sure everything concerning that topic, your questions is attended to, and all of that. Let me get. Hmm, okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, I can see your comments now. Oh, I can see your comments now. Okay, you can ask questions. I can see this comment section now. If you have any question, you can ask. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, Nelly. Thank you, Lucia. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Chidima. Thank you, Benalight Ministries. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the live. I hope to make sure the next live will be better and more interactive. Yeah, it will be more interactive. Mm. So you can ask your question if you have any question. Thank you, Yetunde. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Bukola. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate your tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it's 1 hour already. I'm going to just summarize. It's not easy. The journey of motherhood, it's not easy, to be honest. It requires the grace of God and support from family members, especially your partner. Okay, but in all, you want to put in your time, your efforts, because it pays. And as a mother, while you are sacrificing for your family, make sure you put yourself first, because you need to be okay, you need to be the right frame of mind to make that happen, to make your family to be happy, to make your family to be healthy. Okay, I hope you really enjoyed it. From the comment section, I can see that you all enjoyed the live. I'm going to make sure that next time it's going to be very, very interactive, and I'll bring exciting topics. I will talk on questions or topics that people would suggest, my WJA mothers would suggest. And like I said earlier at the start of this video, that Ask Jason's Mom is not just for the baby, it's not just for mothers, it's for the whole family. Okay, it's for the whole family. It would be nice to have a community where people come to relax their minds, people come to know that okay, it is not just me, I'm not the only one in this phase or in this position. I'm not the only one going through this. Okay, we are going to hold each other's hands. I'm also learning, I'll be learning from you all, and I'm looking forward to that experience. And I hope that at the end of the day, we are going to raise amazing children. We are going to have a happy family, and we are going to achieve all that we've set out to achieve. So I wish you all the best in your journey of motherhood, in your journey of coordinating your home and all of that. So mothers, take your flowers. We are amazing beings. We are super beings, okay? God has created us with the strength we need to scale through. So don't think less of yourself. As a mother, you're bringing a child to this world. Even as a potential mother, a lot is going on in your system, a lot is going on in your body. Okay? So you just need to pay attention so that you don't break down. Whenever you need to rest, if you know you cannot do something, please try and rest. Don't overstress yourself, please. Don't overstress yourself. At the end of the day, we want to be happy, we want to be healthy for our family, and by God's grace, we'll have a great and happy family. So I'll be stopping the live now. Thank you so much. Thank you once again for tuning in. I will let you know the next time I'll be having a live session. Okay? Thank you so much. So I'll just check to be sure I did not have any question. So I can see in a situation from Banner Light Ministries, in a situation where a child doesn't want to eat, what do you do as a mother? Okay, I mentioned it earlier that when a child doesn't want to eat, depending on the age, the baby might be 6 months to probably 1 year. They are having teething problems. They don't want anything to touch their gums, and they are having issues transitioning from taking breast milk to another type of milk. Milk food is coming in another form. This one is thicker. The other time they just have to, in breastfeeding, they just have to gulp, just have to suck, gulp, and then they are good to go. But in a situation whereby you're introducing something else to them, this thing is new to them, the taste is different. So what you need to do as a mother is, first of all, you need to be patient. You need to know that okay, introducing your baby to another meal, it's not an easy task. And a lot of factors, there are a lot of underlying factors, of which teething is one of them. Secondly, babies naturally are picky eaters. So you need to make the meals enticing and interesting for them. If you have to put a sweetener like dates in your baby's pap, you may have to put it. Just make sure that you're not doing too much or doing the wrong thing, just to make sure your baby eats. And I mentioned that you should give your baby little portions. Don't give your baby a bowl of meal and expect your baby to finish it. You just do little portions. Even if it's just 10, 15, 20 spoons your baby is going to take. Quality of the meal is very, very important. If the food is of good nutritional value, your baby will just take little, and then you know that okay, this can hold your baby down. And in a situation where your baby is not taking a food, you look for healthy drink like smoothies, yogurt. You can give it to your baby. Your baby will take it. Mm? Children likes interesting meals. You just need to, sometimes you need to even dance. You need to dance, jump up and down to give your baby food for them to accept the food and everything. So it takes a lot. You just need to be patient with that baby and find what works for them. Children are unique, okay? They have specific needs. You just need to know what works for your baby. Sometimes you have to pretend you're eating the food and all of that for your baby to eat it. So you don't force feed your baby. I said it, please. Echo, don't force feed your baby. Just be patient with them, give them little meals and everything. Even if the baby is crying, sometimes you can even wait for when your baby is feeling sleepy, when they want to sleep, or you can give them time when they are hungry. Nobody will beg them. So when they are feeling sleepy, when they are feeling hungry, it's a time to target them. They will not even have that strength to struggle with you because these babies, they're energetic. The energy, and the whole food they are eating, that's where it's going to. So you just need to be patient with them and know how to follow them, make the meals interesting. You sometimes you need to check that food to see if they give you that food, if you can eat it. Because for me now, I don't like avocado. In as much as I know the health benefits, I can just include little in my smoothie and take. But I make sure my baby takes avocado because I know that it's very, very nutritious. But you cannot just give your baby avocado like that. At least you're going to include banana, include something interesting that if you test it, you're going to like it. So don't give your baby what you cannot take. I'm a victim of that. But as long as it's healthy, you want to give it to your baby, but check the taste of the meal you're giving to your baby. And whatever you're giving to your baby, avoid 0 calories meal for your babies that are developing. Avoid 0 calories meal. Noodles, you do noodles and everything. If you want to do noodles for your baby, you make sure it has carrots, you make sure it has vegetables. You can even use pumpkin, okay, to make the noodles for them. You put fish, you put egg, you make it very, very nutritious. The nutrients from other ingredients you're using to make the noodles, and you need to parboil it, take out the water, wash it, and noodles is a 0 calorie meal, honestly speaking. So mothers are just make it with the sachet of chili spice that is inside. Just know that your baby is full, but the nutrients they are getting from it is not what their body needs. Okay, so you need to make sure your baby is taking quality meals. It's going to take strength, it's going to take time, it's going to take money, because sometimes you give them this food, you make this food, and they are not interested. So my book talked about different pure recipe and how you make the quantity and preserve some of them so that you can give your baby little. And I also want to mention that if you are expressing breast milk for your baby, anytime you want to defrost it or defreeze it and give to your baby, make sure it's the quantity your baby can finish. Don't go and defrost big size or large quantity of breast milk, and at the end of the day, your baby does not finish it. If you give your baby breast milk that is expressed within 2 hours, if your baby did not finish it, please dispose it. It's no longer safe for your baby. So always defrost breast milk that your baby can take. Don't microwave, don't put in a boiling water. You can use lukewarm water to do that. So I'm going to talk more on breastfeeding in our subsequent in our upcoming live. I'll make sure I let our mothers know. Like I said today, this one is just general, going here, there, touching everything. Next one we'll just have a particular topic we'll be talking about. I'll let you know on time so that whatever question you may be having or whatever confusion you may be having, you just get your questions ready and we're going to discuss it. This is a community. If I don't know it, somebody will know it, and we are going to break everything simple. And I just want you all to know that I got you, mothers. I got you, because we are going to pull through. We're going to pull through. I believe my calling is just to help mothers, tell them that okay, somebody's experiencing the same thing they're experiencing, and we talk about it. Knowledge is going to help all of us. We are all learning, we are all making research, but we want to make sure we are going on with the right information and something that is not going to harm our babies. So thank you very much for staying to the end of this live, to the end of this session. I really appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to have you come back for my next live. It's really encouraging. This is the first time I'm going live, and I'm really, really impressed with the comments, the number of people, and all of that. I really appreciate you. Okay. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll be going off now. I hope you all are blessed and you enjoy the journey of motherhood. Trust me, before you know it, they are all grown and you start enjoying the benefits of being a mother and having godly children, amazing children, and a happy family. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Nelly. Thank you, Odera Africa. I really appreciate you. Thank you. So I'll be ending the live. Have a good evening. Have a good night rest. See you some other time. Thank you. All right. Bye. Hmm. Okay. Ending the live session now.
So today I want to talk about snack options for
One
toddlers.
of the funny thing about unhealthy snack options is that it is time saving, energy consuming, easy to get, and then you can just give it to your toddlers. But one thing we don't pay attention to is the long term effects. I know we all want a good growth journey for our children. We should have their old age in mind. We should have their future in mind. And it all starts now. Whatever we're giving to them, they are what they eat. So whatever we're giving to them, we need to be intentional about the choices we make for their meals, for their snacks, and for their drinks. Now, let's start with the common one that I see mothers give to their toddlers: soda, or should I call it soft drinks. Some people don't really know the components of soda. Soda has carbonated water, it has sweeteners, it has flavors, it has acid, and all of that. So these are the things that mothers can easily just buy and give to their children to hold them, while some people even give their children as a square meal. They'll just get biscuits and soda and then they are good to go. Please, mothers, we can replace this with freshly made juices, the juice that we can make. And this time around, you don't need to have a juicer to make juices. You can use your blender. We have small size blenders that we can use to process this juice for our children, or smoothies. These are healthy snacks option. This is a healthy drink option before you think about processed drink option. Now I know that some of us might not be chance to make these smoothies or make fruit juice. If we are to go for packaged drinks or fruit juices for our children, please, we should go for something close to natural fruits juices that doesn't have preservative, that doesn't have additives and all of that, reduced coloring or no coloring at all. So I know we tend to just get these items without paying attention at the nutritional facts. Please, let's really look at the nutritional components of whatever we're getting for ourselves or for our children. There is something called 0-calorie foods. You get to eat these foods, you are full, but it doesn't have any calorie, it doesn't have any energy content in it, and we give it to our babies for them to take. We should be intentional in such a way that anything our baby eats is safe for them and it's healthy for them. We need to avoid sugars. We need to avoid sugary foods for our toddlers. You know, toddlers, they like sweet things, and the best way to go about these things is using natural sweeteners for them, and everything should be in moderation is key. For you to choose a snack for your baby to take, because we are not talking about meals here, although I'm going to put in one or two concerning their meals, but for the snacks, these are what you give to your children, like finger foods you give to your children in between their square meals, their breakfast, lunch, and dinner. you don't feed your babies or your toddler like adults, because adults can take 3 square meals and they are good to go. But for your children and toddlers, they are in their developmental stage, so you need to pay attention to ensure they are getting the right quantity of food and snacks they are meant to get in a day. So when you want to make choice of snacks, go for less sugary options. You can just boil eggs and give to your baby. You can boil 1 egg and give to your baby to snack on. You can make pancakes. Sometimes the flour you'll be using to make the pancake, you can just use whole oats. You blend it into powdered form, and it's going to serve as the flour you'll be using for the pancakes. Okay, you make it, your baby will snack on them. And you can give them fruits, you can give them apple slices, you can give them grapes, they can snack on it. You can give them vegetables like cooked carrots, you can give them cucumber, but you need to slice this in little portions in a way that they can easily hold it in their hands and eat it. You don't give them in large chunks so that they cannot choke while eating it. Children, they cannot control the way they eat. The way you just give it to them, you just put it inside their mouth, and sometimes you'll be thinking, is it that this way we don't know that they have small mouths or something like that? My toddler, the other day, I gave him I've forgotten what I gave to him. I just gave it to him so that he will take little bites, one bite at a time. He just stuffed everything inside his mouth and he was struggling to breathe. Thank God I was watching him. I had to bring everything out from his mouth. I said, no, don't worry, I'm going to give you bit by bit. So we should cut it into little portions to enable them snack on it very well. Then you can go for plain yogurt, you can go for smoothies, okay, fruit juices, instead of going for packaged fruit drink. So sometime last year, I saw a video where a mother was complaining that the packaged fruit juice she got for her child was bad. She opened it and saw some stuff inside that she cannot explain, and she was calling on mothers to check whatever they are giving to their babies. Please, we need to be careful, okay? As long as you're not the person that is processing this thing from scratch, you can't guarantee the content of what you're giving to your babies. Babies, they love sweet things. Children they have sweet tooth, so they tend to like sugary foods more than what will give them the nutrients you need them to get. So when we are making choices for snacks, we should pay attention to the calorie content, the nutritional facts of what we are giving to our children. I know sometimes it can be overwhelming to give them these things, because some children tend to be indifferent or not interested in healthy snack options, but we need to keep trying. Because one thing mothers do, they always say, I'm tired though, I've given my son this one, that one, my son doesn't eat this one, I've tried. You just need to keep trying. You need to keep trying. If you try the first time, they reject the second time, third time, there is no way they will not succumb to taking these healthy snack options. So another thing I would like us to take note of is, don't replace a square meal with snacks or something packaged food for your children. Please, snacks is snacks. It's meant to be taken in between their main meal. I know of a woman that gave her child cheese ball and soda, and the funny thing is, sometimes her child will take it twice a day. Please, it is not advisable. It's not advisable, mothers. I know sometimes we tend to go for what we can just place our hands on and not really pay attention to the nutrient value it's going to add to our children. But this time around, we need to be intentional about everything. We should go for healthy snack options. We should go for healthy meals. We should make sure we are preparing these meals for our children. Mothers that have toddlers that are going to school, make sure if you're packing foods for them, fruits or snacks for them, make sure it's something you made yourself. If it's something you cannot make, just ensure you're getting these items from a trusted brand, or you are sure that the method of production is safe and healthy. For people that tend to just buy food outside and everything for their toddlers, it's not really advisable. Sometimes these foods are not properly cooked. Even you tend to get jollof rice, and sometimes the rice is very, very hard for your baby to take. Please, let's really pay attention to all these things and make sure your child takes lots of water to avoid constipation and then they struggle to defecate. It is very, very important we think about our children's future and their old age. In as much as we know that some genetic factors can cause health issues, the things we have the power to change or to work on, we should do that. We should go for healthy snack options. We should choose what makes sense. We should avoid processed foods and too much oily foods for our children. Okay, in as much as they need fats and oil, we should go for healthy fats. So if you want to give your baby something to snack on, I mean your toddler something to snack on, you should think of vegetables like cucumber. You should think of boiled carrots and all of that. Fruits, sliced apples, grapes, strawberries. When you come to snacks like pancakes, you can even do puff puff for them. Now the puff puff you are making, you'll be sure that the oil is a healthy oil, low cholesterol oil. That's what you should be using to make these fries for your children. Okay, and you have yogurt, you can give them parfait, you can give them oat porridge. You have a lot of things to give to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a book available for mothers on healthy snack options and healthy meal combo that they can give to their toddlers, just like I've written for babies that are 0 to 12 months old. I'm going to make one for toddlers to help mothers make interesting snacks for toddlers, because one thing about children is they like interesting meals. So if you're making food for them, you make it colorful, you make it tasty, you make it interesting. Okay, if you have any means of making this food interesting, you should do all of that. Okay, and then remember, you need to be patient with your toddler, especially when you have a picky eater. You need to be patient with them. You need to look for strategies to help them take those snacks that you want to introduce to them. Okay, and then our local foods, we have a lot of local foods that are really nutritional. I think we should pay more attention to introducing our toddlers to this food, because you have some adults that they don't take a particular meal, some adults that don't take beans, some adults that don't take swallow soups and all of that. All this starts from little. If you're not able to hold them or help them get used to it, if they start rejecting it from small and you stop giving it to them completely, when they grow up, that's how they avoid it completely. So this particular food, moi moi, it is very, very good. If you can get your baby to eat things like moi moi, or they can take swallow and everything that has vegetable, it has the orishi inside and everything, your babies will enjoy it. You can start with okra soup or bono soup. It is really going to help them eat food. It's going to help them eat a reasonable amount of it and all of that. So mothers, I wish you all the best. I know the journey of a healthy baby is not easy. It takes commitment, it takes being intentional, it takes time, it takes energy, but we have to do it for our children, because it is very, very important. When they grow up, they will thank you for it, and they will get used to healthy snack options, because these are bodies. They tend to give us, or they tend to show others what we've been eating. So if you're taking healthy foods, it's going to show in your skin, in your system, your health, everything you're taking in, everything you're ingesting. You get to see it when people get to see it when they look at you. Okay, this, remember, this food we are eating is what is nourishing our body, and everything we are doing, we need to do it in moderation. Because the fact that you're taking some particular supplements doesn't mean okay, it's entirely good and all of that. You need to pay attention. You need to make sure it is recommended by your doctor. Okay, if it's something you're giving to your baby like supplements, you need to make sure it's recommended by your child's pediatrician. Don't just say okay, they said my baby is not eating, you just carry multivitamin and start giving to your baby so that your baby can get hungry and start eating. This whole thing, if they are not taken in moderation or when they are not prescribed, it can cause harm to your system. I know of an article I read about a lady that had kidney stones, and it was not really serious. It's something that she can increase her water intake. It will help reduce the kidney stones with some drugs that the doctor is going to give to her. But they noticed that the thing got so serious to the extent that she needs a kidney transplant. So they knew something is wrong. They need to check what went wrong. When they carried out series of tests, they found out that she has been taking high dosage of vitamin C supplements daily, so it really affected her liver. So when she had the kidney stone, it's something that increase in water intake can solve, but it was not resolved that way. She needed a kidney transplant just because of high intake of vitamin C supplement. So whenever you're taking anything, make sure you get approval from your doctor or from your child's doctor. I wish you all the best, and thank you for watching this video till the end. See you next time. See you in my next video, and thank you for always supporting my channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video so that other mothers can benefit from it. Thank you and bye. And don't forget that I remain your #1 advocate for healthy babies. Bye. Yes, this is the nurse that took my baby. Somebody that died 2 years ago. This is the nurse that took your baby. Her husband changed her baby to a boy. I was just hitting it while calling on Jesus to help me. Okay, you know how to push now. Push. Oh my God, I was like, you'll be feeling the urge to push your baby. Please don't push. What will be the pain of stitches compared to the labor pain you've had earlier? Hello, my WJE moms. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a new subscriber, you're welcome. We are so happy to have you here. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I really appreciate you all. So today I'll be talking about everything that goes down in the labor ward and tips on how to avoid issues or any troubles while at the labor ward. Okay, so #1 is, I'm going to start from the point where you're in labor and you're having pains and you feel like you want to pull everything down. Please, I would advise that you save your energy for the main deal. Okay, some people tend to shout, they tend to hit things and all that. You are free to express yourself. I know that we don't have the same pain threshold, so what I would advise is you try as much as possible to keep your voice down while you endure the pain and wait for yourself to be well dilated. Because I had someone that delivered and she wanted to deliver vaginally, but because she was shouting and the nurses were advising her to keep her voice down, try as much as possible to save her energy so that she can push her baby. But she didn't listen to that advice. She continued shouting and screaming, and at the end of the day, she was tired, she was not fully dilated, and they had to book her for CS. So if you are in labor, you would want to save your energy for the main deal. During my own time, honestly speaking, the pain is out of this world, but I listened to the advice the nurses gave to the girl. I was using the side drawer on my bed to ease my pain. I was just hitting it while calling on Jesus to help me, but I ensured I reserve my energy for the main work. So you would want to keep your strength for the main work. Okay, now
The second and most important one is you would want to make the nurses or doctors or midwives your friend. Honestly speaking, you want to make them your friend, because some people tend to shout at them, some people tend to get angry at them, or they will not cooperate with them. Let me tell you, it is very, very important you cooperate with them, because if you do so, you will be of advantage. They will ask you to do this way, do like this. Just listen to them. We know you are in pain. I know, I understand the way you'll be feeling at that moment, but trust me, if you are on their good books, they are going to help you out and they will follow you calmly. Thirdly, for those of you that don't know how to push, I couldn't believe that I was on the labor board and they told me, okay, you know how to push now, push. Oh my god, I was like, I didn't know. And they were like, what do you mean? So you are those people that don't attend antenatal classes? I was like, I used to attend antenatal classes. Probably the day you people explained how to push and everything, I was not around, because antenatal, they'll tell you to come twice a month, once a month, depending on the stage where you are, your pregnancy is at. So when they told me that I'm supposed to know how to push and everything, I was like, ever since I attended the antenatal, I never heard of this is the way you are supposed to push in a certain way. So because of I was cooperative, she told me, okay, that I should put my two hands on my ankle while opening my legs wide. Then if the contraction starts, I should push, and immediately the contraction stops, I should stop pushing. Now the reason why you need to push when the contraction is there is that you are not doing it alone. When your uterus is contracting, it will help push out your baby, okay? But if you are forcing yourself to push when the uterus is not contracting, you might tear yourself. Okay, so it is very, very important that you push when you are contracting. I made that mistake because the contraction started and I was pushing with the contraction. When it stopped, I did not even realize. With the whole pain, I just wanted to push my baby out and get done with it, and my baby gave me a tear because I pushed when I was not supposed to push. So you would want to push when you are contracting, and then you breathe in and you breathe out between each contractions. Okay, as soon as your baby comes out, trust me, you're not going to feel any pain, you will not remember anything. I told people that as soon as I pushed my baby, I was not even dressed, I have not been cleaned, and I collected my phone and started calling my family members. So you would not want to push when you are not contracting. Thirdly, before you will push, there will be a time where the nurses will be checking you. The nurses will be checking you from time to time, okay? And then they will tell you you are 8 cm dilated, you are 7 cm dilated and everything. Please, at that point, you'll be feeling like you want to pull, you'll be feeling the urge to push your baby. Please don't push, because you are going to enjoy yourself, okay? They allow you to push when you are 10 cm dilated. So whenever you are feeling that pain or the urge to push, as if it's you want to pull and everything, that's the head of your baby. Don't push when you are not fully dilated. The nurses will tell you that. Then the oga pata pata of it all is having a trusted person around when you want to deliver. A trusted person. This one is not just a family member, because I read a post that where a woman said her husband exchanged her baby, that she had girls, her husband wanted a boy, and this one was meant to be their last pregnancy. After she delivered a baby girl, only for her to see a baby boy. It happened that with the help of a nurse, her husband changed her baby to a boy. So people can go far, people can do anything. So if I say a trusted family member, please have a trusted family member around. Now, for some people, the hospital you might be using may not permit your family member to come into the labor room. Something like government hospitals or some local clinics. But for private hospitals, they may allow your partner or your family member to come in there and help you. Now, as soon as you deliver your baby, please take note of the color of your baby's skin. Take note of your baby's sex. Most importantly, the sex of your baby. Okay, I know you'll be tired at that point, but you can still see whether you are delivering through vagina or through CS. Please just take a glance at your baby as soon as they bring out your baby, before they drop your baby on your body, because the nurse is going to present your baby to you. Okay, so as soon as they bring out your baby, you take note of the color of the skin of your baby, take note of your baby's hair, take note of your baby's eyes, take note of your baby's private organ, okay, so that you know the sex of your baby before they clean you up, or they take your baby to dress your baby up and clean your baby. It is very, very important. Thirdly, after delivery, they are going to clean you up and stitch you if you have a tear. Now, if you have a tear when they are stitching you up, this one is another pain, because they are going to insert a drug in your anal canal to help ease the pain, but you will still feel it. You will feel the thread, the stitch pass through your internal organ. Man, as I'm talking about it now, the whole memory is just coming back to me. It's well. So you need to just settle down and cooperate with the nurses when they're stitching you up, because if you do anyhow, they'll just do anyhow thing for you. So you'd want your vagina to come back to order. Okay, so as soon as they want to stitch you, you just cooperate with them. You hold the pain. What will be the pain of stitches compared to the labor pain you've had earlier? So you would want to cooperate with them so that they are going to stitch you up very well. Now, another part is breastfeeding your baby. You'll be advised to breastfeed your baby as soon as you put to bed, and they've cleaned your baby up and they've cleaned you up. So what you will do is you want to get cotton wool and coconut oil, pour the coconut oil on the cotton wool and use it to clean your nipple and your areola. Okay, clean it properly. Don't use any other thing to clean. Just use the coconut oil and cotton wool to clean that area very well before you breastfeed your baby. I have made a video on how to breastfeed your baby, and if you missed that or you've not watched that video, you can go down to my YouTube channel and search for breastfeeding tips on how to breastfeed your baby so that you breastfeed your baby the right way. Another thing I want to talk about is the things they will ask you to bring to the hospital. You know, when it's your first time to deliver, if they say bring the toe, you go and get the biggest size of the toe. Bring cotton wool, you get the biggest size of cotton wool. But when you're going in for the second delivery, third delivery, with experience, you will be going with these things in the moderate quantity or the required quantity. So during antenatal, they will give you a list of all you need to come with to the hospital. This is one of the things you need to do to avoid having issue with the nurses. They don't joke with their detergents, they don't joke with their antiseptic. So everything they ask you to bring, you should make sure you have it in your bag. But this time around, you should pay attention to the quantity you are bringing. Like if you are getting Dettol, you get the medium size. If you're getting detergent, some hospitals will tell you the recommended size of detergent they want you to bring. Please heed to that. Okay, then cotton wool, you are getting the big size cotton wool. When I was buying the big size cotton wool, the woman advised me to wrap out some and keep for myself because I'll be needing it at home. Then I should just give them half of the cotton wool. So what was going through my mind was, they are going to give it back to me now, so why is she asking me to reduce it? But I just did what she asked me to do. Lo and behold, when I gave birth, I did not check all those things. What happened was, at the end of the day, I just checked my bag, and it was my baby's clothes, some things, personal things I brought for myself. But you see, the antiseptic, the detergent, the cotton wool, I didn't see all of that. So if you are asked to get any item on that list, please make sure you get the appropriate size. Okay, you may want to get the one you want to use for yourself and the one you are going to leave for them, because in the hospital they will be using the antiseptic to clean your baby and sterilize a whole lot of things, detergent to wash, all that. So just make sure you get enough quantity, but you should pay attention to the one you're giving to them and the one you're keeping for yourself, because whatever you're handing over to them, they are going to make use of it. It's for the hospital. So please make sure you get the appropriate quantity. Now, if you'll be sleeping in the hospital and you cannot control your sleep, please, you're now a mother. You need to pay attention to your baby, especially if you are sharing a bed space with another person and all that. You need to pay attention with what is happening around you. Let me tell you a story. Growing up, I learned about a woman that lost her baby. You know, all these kind of stories. We don't know if it's actually true or if it happened, but I'm going to tell you. If you believe, fine. If you don't believe, I don't know. So a woman gave birth and she was the only one at the hospital. Then a nurse came to pick her baby. The nurse said they need to check her baby and all that she'll bring the baby back. So the woman said, okay. The nurse left with the baby. After a while, the woman cannot find her baby. She started looking for her baby, started asking people, please, a nurse came here to pick up my baby and everything. They said, okay, what's the nurse's name? Describe the nurse and everything. And she was like, okay, the nurse is huge, dark skin and all that. And they were like, we don't have any nurse working today that fits into this description. That are you sure? She said yes, and she's very sure. The nurse said they need to check the baby and all that, and she allowed the person carry the nurse. At the end of the day, they searched the whole hospital. They couldn't find the baby. The woman was already crying and all that. They were still asking her, please describe this person more. Which hair did she make and all that? They said she was wearing a net, hospital net and all that. And they started searching for that person. They couldn't find the person. At the end of the day, someone said, this person you are describing looks like a nurse that worked here before, but she's late. So unless I'm mistaken, please let me look for her picture and show you. They showed the picture of the nurse to the woman, and she was like, yes, this is the nurse that took my baby. Somebody that died 2 years ago. This is the nurse that took your baby. So they said, we are not sure. Are you sure? We were feeling like probably the woman is not sure of what she was saying. And somebody said they should go and dig the grave of the woman because they buried her in that hospital. They used to bury their staff in the hospital. If the family of the person doesn't want to bury the person, they can bury the person in their hospital. Only for them to go there to dig her grave, and they saw the woman there with the baby's body. So all these stories, I don't know, but whether it happened or not, please, you want to pay attention to your baby. You just want to make sure your baby is fine. Don't oversleep. Please shine your eyes very well. Pay attention to your baby. Breastfeed your baby. Expect your baby's first poo. Okay, your baby's first poo, it will be greenish. You clean your baby up, because I know you will not be used to changing diaper and all that. So you just need to look out for your baby until you get home. And even after you get home, make sure you take good care of your baby. I'm going to be dropping more tips on labor and every other thing you would want me to. So if there is something you want me to talk about in this channel, please drop your suggestion in the comment box, okay? And I'm so happy to have you people. Please like this video, comment, share, so that other mothers can benefit from this video. I will be dropping more videos to help mothers, pregnant women, first-time mom to achieve a healthy baby and a healthy life. I love you all. I want the best for you. Have a happy new year and a great year ahead.